Hello, my name is Ilona and today is Monday, January 27th, 2025. A lot of things, interesting things happening, something here in the Netherlands, but I do believe that worldwide maybe there are more countries or, people, how to say this, faced with this. During what happened about 5 years ago, the thing that was going around, people had to be, had to stop their work, couldn't open their shops and things like that. And they got support from the government, at least here in the Netherlands. Well, it turns out now that they have to repay, and obviously a lot of small businesses cannot repay this. They're going bankrupt. It's a very, very sad situation here in the Netherlands, and I believe in other countries as well, at least in Belgium and Germany most likely, and maybe in America worldwide as well. I'm not sure about that, but I actually saw that a very big company here in the Netherlands, Van der Valk, it's like a hotel. They have lots of hotels. They like a family business, but they are a humongous business here in the Netherlands, and they do not have to repay that support, which is very sour if you compare that to all these small businesses that really lost their livelihood because they couldn't pay back all the support because they just didn't garner enough, the profit, obviously. They've been, stopped for like almost a few months till a year, depends on which country you were in. And then, of course, they most likely had to pay back within a few years, which is ridiculous because you're not going to make that much profit. So for a big company that obviously would have been able to pay, they don't have to pay. But the smaller companies, and that is all part of that agenda to keeping all these smaller businesses. They wanted to get rid of them, and that's all part of this. And this is very, very sad. Second thing that's very interesting, the administration of Mr. T is busy and found 75,000 to 80,000 children. They've managed to, establish where they were. They were missing. 300,000 children were missing, and they found about 75 to 80,000 back. And I also shared something on Telegram that apparently they found children in Iceland, which to me is a very strange country too. It's not the first country you think of, but I do know that, of course, we have like this worldwide system. So obviously they will be shipped all around the world, and Iceland is a very interesting country to ship apparently children to. So these are good things to know. So they really are keeping it up. Another thing that happened is something with Colombia. Of course, Mr. T is not only active in finding children, he is also very active in people that are not supposed to be there, not supposed to be in America, to send them back to their country. And he was sending back airplanes full of people from Colombia. But the president, Petro, in Colombia didn't want to accept that. So there was a bit of an issue. So Mr. T was, okay, if you don't want to do that, that is, of course, your decision to make. But then I will, there will be an emergency 25 tariffs on all goods coming into the United States from Colombia. In 1 week, the 25% tariffs will be raised to 50 tariffs. There will be a travel ban and immediate visa revocation on the Colombian government officials and all allies and supporters. Visa sanctions on all party members, family members, and supporters of the Colombian government. Enhanced custom and border protection. Inspections of all Colombian nationals in cargo on national security grounds. And he was like, let's do it that way. Within the hour, President Petro from Colombia apparently said, you can use my presidential airplane. And we will accept all your terms, and you can land wherever you want, and all the military planes, fine, we'll accept them. And that is how it's done. And I think this, to me, shows that Mr. T is not a politician. He is a businessman. To him, it's like, well, this is what I want and this is how I'm going to get it. And he's going to use that as well. I think this was very interesting. So that's been settled. Plus, this is, of course, sign for other countries as well, that really you better accept these people that we're bringing back to your country. They are from your country. You better accept them. Otherwise, this is going to happen to you too. Very interesting. In the video, in my Dutch video, of course, I've shuffled the cards there. I looked at two things. First of all, the media. What is going on now in the media? And I'm talking worldwide. We see more and more truths coming out. We know there's already been a turning point. I just wanted to see what the energy was. Well, the first card I got was the Devil card. Obviously, there are still some dark energies. I saw at the back of the deck the Tower card. Immediately, I was drawn to it. So to me, it feels like it's falling apart. Everything is falling apart. Central card, we got the Emperor. In the past, we have the Empress. Underneath the Emperor, we've got the Death card. And for the future, we have the Sun card and the Five of Cups. So in this, just a card reading, and of course we had the Tower as well, but I'm just looking at the card reading. We have 5 major arcana cards. This is massive. There is a change happening there. And we see with these, of course, the dark energies, we've got the central card, which is the Empress. To me, this feels like the white hats, military white hats. They're taking over the media. This is the end of a phase or a cycle with the Death card. It's ending. The influences with these dark energy influences are ending. We also saw, of course, with the ceremony, which was like a week ago, where Mr. T returned. It almost seems like he's been there for a very long time. That's because he's done so many things already in like 1 week. We had Zuckerberg, we had Bezos there. All these people there are kind of moving along, and I think this will change the media itself. More and more things are going to come out. They can't stop it, but I also see things with children coming out, but I also see that it will lead to a lot of sadness, disappointment. People are starting to finally see what's been really going on. And it will be very difficult for some people. Some people won't be able to handle it. Some people just don't want to hear about it. But it's now coming out. They are not capable of stopping this anymore. The old is falling apart. We've got the Death card. The old is ending. Something new is starting. And all these old influence with these dark energy influences, they are being taken care of. So this is massive. And I think we really are going to see so much changing. And of course, we also have to, how do you say this? Just want to make a bridge to my second card reading that I did in the Dutch video. And of course, I want to take a look at that as well. And that is that the truth is now coming out about where this thing that escaped on a market like 5 years ago. That's what the story was, of course, that it just accidentally happened. Well, now a certain agency in America, they've got a C, they have an I, and they also have an A, has now said openly, publicly, that really this is from a lab. It's not from a market. And that, of course, has implications. Like if it's from a lab, then was it purposely done? That very awful doctor that apparently got a pardon, was pardoned. A lot of things are being put into motion. I also saw a podcast. Unfortunately, I couldn't find it anymore. But there was someone that is actually, I think, it's a very popular podcast, talking about that he got this pardon and wondering, well, why did he get that pardon? What did I put in my arm? And it's very interesting that people are going to connect the dots there. First card was the back of the deck that I saw was the Devil card. Again, with the, of course, coming out now with what is going on with, of course, with the market, so-called, and what's been going on with, what's been wandering around for the past 5 years, with the labs. This is all coming out. What will this effect have? Well, this is shining a light on those dark energies. We see the 8 of Cups moving away from this. We see the central card, the Nine of Pentacles, becoming independent, finding our own way as humanity. This is the Two of Pentacles in the past. And underneath the Nine of Pentacles, we've got the Five of Pentacles. So a lot of companies are not in a very good position when these things are going to come out. And a lot of people will feel left out in the cold by the governments, by certain doctors who were promoting this, who got a pardon. Very strange. We even here have in the Netherlands, there are already people calling out certain puppets that were very important here in the Netherlands to bring out all these things, wondering like, what are you going to come up with now? Because this has implications. If it's from a lab, what was it doing there? Was it purposely put out? Well, you know, things like that. It has implications. When it's from some market and it just accidentally happened, that's a completely different ball game. So this will ultimately lead to leaving behind the old, where we don't fit, you know, the old system, believing all these people, these puppets, and it's moving away. It's following our own path, and this is being put into motion. And these are the cards for the future, so to speak. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Judgment card. And this is really about waking up people, and it's already put in motion. It cannot be stopped. So people will start to finally see what's been going on. And I think this is very, very important that it's this moving along. So what's happening with the media will bring in more and more things coming out like this from America, especially now with Mr. T there. We also have our RFK Jr. bringing out more and more things concerning this. So this is going to be very interesting. But like I said in the other card reading, with the media, this is going to lead to a lot of pain and feeling out left in the cold. A lot of things will come up, but it's necessary and it cannot be stopped. At least that's how I see it. Hope to see you in another video. Bye.